Imagine this. You wake up in a cold, sterile lab. Wires are attached to your head, and you see your brain floating in a jar filled with strange liquid. Everything you thought you knew, your memories, your relationships, your reality, was a computer-generated illusion fed directly into your mind. But here's the twist. This isn't science fiction. It's a centuries-old philosophical question, reimagined for today's age of simulation theory. The idea of being a brain in a jar was popularized by philosophers to challenge our understanding of reality. If everything we experience is just electrical impulses interpreted by our brains, how can we ever know what's real? With the rise of virtual reality and simulation technology, this concept feels less abstract and more plausible. But here's the question that really matters. If you are just a brain in a jar, or more likely, a consciousness inside a simulated universe, what does that mean for the choices you make, the relationships you value, or the world you think you inhabit? And if the simulation is real, who or what is behind it, and what's their endgame? By the end of this video, we'll dive into the philosophical, technological, and existential implications of the simulation hypothesis, exploring whether the brain in a jar is just a thought experiment or the truth about your existence. The notion that our reality could be an illusion is far from new. Philosophers from Descartes to Plato grappled with it centuries ago. Descartes famously asked, "How can we be sure an evil demon isn't deceiving us into believing a false reality?" Similarly, Plato's allegory of the cave described prisoners mistaking shadows on a wall for the entirety of existence. Fast forward to today, and this philosophical pondering has taken on new life in the form of simulation theory. Championed by thinkers like Bostrom, the theory suggests that if a sufficiently advanced civilization exists, they could create simulations so realistic that the simulated beings wouldn't know they were simulated. Bostrom goes further, arguing that if such simulations are possible, it's statistically likely we're already living in one. At the heart of this theory lies the brain in a jar analogy. While we may not literally be brains floating in jars, the metaphor challenges us to question the foundation of our reality. Everything you see, hear, and feel could be part of a hyper-advanced computer program, and your consciousness, your sense of self, might simply be data within that program. But why is this idea gaining so much traction now? Advancements in technology have blurred the lines between the physical and virtual worlds. Virtual reality headsets, deepfake technology, and AI-generated environments demonstrate how easily our senses can be fooled. If we can already simulate small aspects of reality, what's to say a more advanced civilization hasn't done the same on a cosmic scale? As we explore this subject, keep one question in mind. If this is a simulation, what's the purpose? Is it an experiment, entertainment, or something else entirely? If we're living in a simulation, the implications are staggering. The first challenge is epistemological. How do we distinguish between the real and the simulated? Even our most advanced scientific instruments rely on sensory input, which could itself be simulated. This creates a paradox. We're using potentially simulated tools to test the simulation hypothesis. The second challenge is existential. If we are part of a simulation, does anything we do truly matter? For some, this realization might be freeing. If reality is just code, why not live without limits? But for others, it raises troubling questions about free will and purpose. Are our decisions genuinely our own, or are they pre-programmed responses within a grander system? There's also the moral challenge. If we are simulated beings, are our creators morally responsible for us? Do they intervene in our world, or are they detached observers? The simulation hypothesis implies that our suffering, triumphs, and struggles might be inconsequential to whoever or whatever is running the simulation. Finally, there's the technological challenge. If humanity ever develops the ability to simulate entire universes, we may face ethical dilemmas about creating conscious beings. Would we bear responsibility for their experiences, just as we wonder whether our creators bear responsibility for ours? These challenges highlight the complexity of the simulation hypothesis and set the stage for deeper exploration into its philosophical and practical implications. To fully grasp the implications of being a brain in a jar, Let's explore the mechanics of a simulated reality. In today's world, we've made significant strides toward creating immersive virtual environments. Consider video games like The Sims or Minecraft. Players create entire worlds, control characters, and dictate outcomes. Now scale that concept up infinitely, and you have the framework for a simulated universe. Simulation theorists argue that our universe exhibits characteristics consistent with a program. For instance, quantum mechanics suggests that particles exist in states of probability until observed, akin to how video games render only what's in a player's immediate view. Similarly, the universe's fundamental constants, like the speed of light, function like parameters set by a programmer. But who would create such a simulation, and why? Some suggest our creators could be advanced civilizations studying their ancestors, much like how archaeologists study ancient ruins. Others propose a more unsettling idea. We could be entertainment for beings far beyond our comprehension, akin to a cosmic reality show. Even more intriguingly, some scientists believe we might find evidence of the simulation through anomalies in the universe's code. Physicist Silas Bean, for example, has suggested that the limits of the observable universe could indicate computational constraints, much like the edges of a video game map. This exploration brings us closer to a critical question. If we uncover proof of the simulation, what should we do about it? The key moment in our exploration comes with the realization that the simulation hypothesis isn't just a speculative idea. It has testable elements. Researchers are already examining cosmic phenomena for signs of underlying code, such as repeating patterns or computational shortcuts in the fabric of reality. But what happens if we prove we're in a simulation? The implications would be seismic. Some argue it could lead to humanity's liberation as we gain the tools to hack or escape the system. Others worry it could lead to apathy, with people abandoning ambition in the face of an artificial existence. However, there's another perspective. What if the simulation is designed to evolve? If we're part of a program, perhaps our creators want us to discover the truth as a form of enlightenment. This shifts the narrative from one of control to one of purpose. Ultimately, proving the simulation hypothesis could redefine what it means to be human, challenging our understanding of life, consciousness, and the universe itself. In summary, the brain in a jar analogy is more than a philosophical exercise. It's a gateway to understanding the profound implications of simulation theory. From the challenges of distinguishing reality from illusion to the ethical dilemmas surrounding our existence. This topic forces us to confront the boundaries of human understanding. If we are in a simulation, it doesn't diminish our experiences. Instead, it invites us to consider the purpose of our existence and the possibilities that lie beyond our perceived reality. Whether we are participants in a cosmic experiment, characters in a grand narrative, or something else entirely, the question remains, how will we respond to this newfound perspective? What's your take on the simulation hypothesis? Do you think we're brains in jars, consciousness in code, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this exploration of simulation theory, check out our other videos on the mysteries of existence. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to question reality. Thank you for watching.